Hello. Right, and that appears to be working, and I think I'm roughly on time. It's supposed to be... Ah! Yeah, running a couple minutes late. I do apologise to everyone. It's been a fun day. How are we all doing? Right, I'm never quite sure why. Unless it shrinks. Ah, that makes more sense and that looks more appropriate size-wise. Yes, it does. Alright, so that's working. That is working. How is everyone? Hope you're all well and enjoying life. I'm a little frazzled today, if I'm being honest. I am a little frazzled today. It's I'm sure if you all realise this, but I am sort of one of those personalities where I am fine without food as long as I expect there to be no food. But when I expect there to be food and then there's no food, I am not a happy bunny. There is always a takeaway from all events. Yeah, 2% a spike, and I go through. So, yes. Right. Now, if I remember correctly, low campaign, because we're doing Carthage. We're Carthage, not my Egypt fun. Because, quickly, just for the hell of it to extent, I will show you what I'm currently up to in my Egypt relaxation game, and then we'll go back to the Carthage game we're playing in this series. I don't get... Sorry, I only get hangry if I'm promised food and then food is not delivered. If I know I'm not going to get food, I'm fine. But if food is promised, then I can get very, very snarky. Take after my grandfather that way. There are a few things that can ruffle us, but promising us food and then not delivering it. You will have full snarky, Alex. You will have full snarky, Alex. And I have some nice Union Jack bunting behind me. So this is just to prove that I am not necessarily a bad person on Total Empire, Total War. As you can see, my Egypt has conquered most of Italy and Sicily, chunks of Italy and Sicily, for the loss of this area, which is terrible, but we will get it back. And currently controls all of this area. There's a siege going on down here. I'm fairly sure I have an army coming towards it. Yeah, I do. So that's not going to be a fun fight for them. And, you know, this is basically what I'm doing Egypt-wise. So this is the demonstration. I can actually put together a fairly decent, formidable force in this game. But we aren't Egypt. We are Carthage. Carthage has Rome. Carthage has Rome. And, well, under this scenario, I have some initial Carthage territories, which I think the Numidians keep trying to fight me for. I have control of Sicily, which is nice, but not really rich at this point. And I have... These guys are neutral, but I have a large army sitting here because I trust their neutrality about as far as I can throw it. And the Greeks are neutral. I'm at war with the Julii, and I'm at war with the Scipii, and I think I'm probably at war with the I'm neutral with the Brutii. So I've got fun going on. I have a navy which is coming through here to hopefully take back Corrales because I just want to wind them up. I have a surprisingly strong army over here, I have to admit. I'm probably going to have to upgrade it a little bit more if I'm going to get rid of the Spanish from there, because whilst they're neutral, they're annoying. And basically, I am up something creek without a paddle if you think about how much money I've got coming in and going out versus my likely expenses. So I need to start conquering things. I need to conquer them fast. Basically, I need to take Italy. That is my only economic saviour. If I can take Italy, then I've got money coming on. If I can take this central part, so I'm in the middle of the trade routes going east-west, I have money. That is the point of controlling certain points on this map. You pick up a lot of money by the trade going through them. And you can see these lovely little trade routes, and it's the trade routes are often going from shore to shore and around places. I do love it the way they sort of show the shallowish bits. And there we go, we have the giant map which you can scroll out to and go, look at my mighty empire. Oh frick, the Gauls are massive. Bad to good security. Yeah, I have very little in the way of good security going on, don't I? Very little in the way of good security. Oh. This is fun. King's Rook, the multiple disabilities mean getting enough food is a big challenge. I need a lot of food. I can understand that one. Right then. There is nothing much I can do at the moment other than press this button and hope things don't get worse. So that is what I will do. Press the button and hope. Because you never know, the computer makes mistakes and things could actually get better. Oh. Sorry. Something has just plopped up on my side of the screen, which was just asking me for attention on something, and I was going, what is that? That's to do with the chat setting. And apparently I've got to start changing some things so I can be more well, I can sort of better assist you and answer questions. Oh. It's always nice to recapture territory. Let's see. I've got money. That's useful. Basically, you all lot decided to stop blockading my ports, which was probably not the most sensible thing you've ever done, but it does help me. I would like that pointed out. It helps me quite a bit. Oh, great. The general over here's died again. Oh, frigate. Seriously, I keep sending you decent generals and they keep dying. I have 2 spies, a diplomat and an assassin here. That should not make life easy to take out. Go do that mission, please. Kill someone for me. That's all I ask you. Kill someone. I don't ask much as your liege lord and the person who pays your bills. I just ask you to occasionally kill people. That might seem like a lot, but trust me, it's not. It's not a lot to ask. There's a cheaty way. I know there are cheaty ways to delete the assassins, but considering these videos occasionally go on my my YouTube channel, and considering the amount of family games I play versus my cousins, I don't want to give them any tips they don't already manage to find themselves. So no, I'm not using any cheaty ways. I know there's a Julii assassin outside Rome. He's the one who keeps killing my people off, but the trouble is, he's very good at surviving so far. Somehow. But we will get there. We will get there. Now, do I want wolves? No. That's their capital. That is their capital. Okay, if I have money next turn, building army sending to take the Numidian capital. That's what I know I'm supposed to be concentrating on except that at the moment. I know I'm supposed to be concentrating on Italy, but if I get rid of the Numidian capital, that will strengthen my position in North Africa quite dramatically. Target of opportunity and all that. And also the fact that, have you seen the sheer amount of armies of Julii wandering around? It just makes my life easier if I, deal occasion with other things. Shall we fight this battle? Well, how many rams have we got? Hang on, looking at these troops, it could be useful to have nuts and hoplites. No, I don't want hoplites. Mercenary peltasts. Possibly. No, we'll see if we can't do it. How many built one of them? Okay, I'm going to maintain the siege, because obviously I can't do anything with just one. And normally I would be telling you to run away, but you are strong enough, you can win those fights, and I can repair you. And you guys are being created for the purpose of going and taking Circa. Yeah, it works. It works. I need to go back on conquering and... That's got rid of me of some Roman navies who are getting pesky. This army's nice and theoretically strong. Only weak unit they've got is long shield, heavy cavalry. Everything else is fairly strong. Oh god! I need archers. I know I need archers. Okay, I do. Hang on, I don't get archers in as Crete, do I? Oh, I've just remembered as Carthage, I don't get archers. Why? They were some of the best archers in the bloody excuse the French ancient world. There is French coming out. This is the... I have given you the warning that I'm slightly in the hungry version of me. So I do warn you now and apologise for linguistics. This is the thing, I do know the words. I just choose not to use them as a rule. Why? They were some of the best archers of the ancient Mediterranean, and you haven't given me archers. Okay. Alright, how is everyone else doing today? While I plunder through my office hunting for snacks, how is everyone else doing? We'll see if I can improve my mood with snacks. Do I have snacks anywhere? I have liquid. Do I have snacks? I'm out of brownies. That's annoying. Oh! I have a brownie pot which has knickknacks in it. Nah. They're never going to fill me up just to be full of useless carbs. Oh. Hello, Kendall. Sorry to hear that, King's Rook. If you want archers invade Nubia, that's what I'm planning on doing. Hopefully they allow me archers at that point. Ooh. Okay, so this is actually a much better wall than this previously had, and that makes this formation of Iberian infantry and round shield cavalry, which are pure Carthaginian troops, not a good scenario to be in because they're now outside the wall. Excuse me, I have someone who's being strange outside my door. I don't know. Sorry. Sister turned up going, oh, I've got things to bang on your window about? And I'm going, what are they? He's going, well, I think a t-shirt's arrived. And I'm going, that's lovely. I love my sister, but she's also the reason why I haven't had lunch today, because she decided she was going to cook the coronation pie, or an adapted version of it, which was basically a chicken and mushroom pie. And I didn't think anyone could muck up cooking a chicken and mushroom pie. I honestly didn't believe it was possible to muck up cooking a very basic chicken and mushroom pie. That was 3 hours ago. My sister is... I love her dearly, but no. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. I sent a message to the one person who can possibly stop my sister doing anything worse today. But she has got ideas. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Right. There's nothing else I can do. I have no troops. That's the trouble. I've given myself no maneuver forces. I've locked down such a large army protecting Rome. I've got no maneuver forces. Hello, John. Kings are deadly gardeners are black thumbs, deadly cooks are black spoons. Ay, caramba. Well, I'd have said baking a pie and making and baking a pie is about a 90-minute exercise. Yeah. 3 hours later, we have no pies, and we have a kitchen which looks like it's been hit by a small thermonuclear device. Let's fight this battle now. We've got some rams. This army will fight to the death. Why would an army of 400 troops fight to the death versus an army of 27? Can someone please tell me where this game gets this idea from? And I don't know if I mentioned it first. Thank you, Ken Doyle, for your first time chat. It's very kind of you to chat away. I like people chatting away. Even if I am in a slightly hangry mood. I think my mum thinks I'm having the better advantage because at least I don't have to stay in the house with the smell. Okay, yeah, will be... Yeah. Let's fight the battle. Hi, Junior. Just finished my common response video for the Graf Zeppelin. Well, it wasn't really so much a common response video as... I was hoping that video was going to be the end of the videos I need to produce on the Graf Zeppelin, and then very quickly it came to of, well, the British would... There were comments varying on the lines of the British had no response available for them if the Graf Zeppelin came out, to various other random comments, and I did love how even in today's video, and I am going to produce... I am recording the USS Texas video tomorrow. And I think it's going to open the line of, right then, let's listen to the speech. That's good. Start deployment. The point that keeps coming across, and I'm going to make a special feature of this in the Texas video, is the amount of comments I get where you honestly sit there and go, but I never said it didn't. It's like, I will say this equipment has trouble operating at sea. Because, let's be honest, there's a build-up. It's like, many people point to the air, sort of, the pneumatic catapult system and go, well, the German mail ships used it. Yes, but that's launching and recovering one aircraft at a time. You've got a lot of time for maintenance. You're able to select things, and you're able to do things under peacetime conditions. It's not surging out 24 aircraft, then recycling itself and maintaining it as quickly as can, and then surging out another 24 about half an hour later. There are differences going on. And then there's always the people who comment, but, you know, there were sea systems would have trouble operating on land with the mud and the sand, and I'm sort of going, did at any point I say that the sea systems had no trouble operating on the shore? No. Why does this become pertinent to this conversation when we're talking about the systems that's fitted to an aircraft carrier? And you realise that, to an extent, most of those comments like that are people generally wanting to get involved in the conversation. And generally wanting to feel part of it. So I'm going to, when I'm filming the USS Texas video tomorrow, make a special effort, and basically I'm going to add in all those sorts of points and go, yes, and yes, some people comment this way. And I just hope it will be taken in the spirit of fun, and to an extent, inclusion it's meant. So like, giving you a comment to my comment, I think the other comment has gone away lightly. That's because I knew you could take it, Steve. Hello, I enjoyed watching the videos. I'm glad you did. So, yeah, we'll just go this way. We will literally just go in here. Thank you. Happy Battlelandic Sunday to everyone else as well. Although I'm never quite keen on this. It's like there are Trafalgar Day, and I do say Happy Trafalgar Day to people quite regularly, and Happy Taranto Day, Taranto Night to people. But the trouble is with the Battle Atlantic is they picked a day, and they have some good reasons for it. They do have some good reasons for it. But most of those reasons are basically, we need a date to celebrate this. And you're going, yeah, did you really? Couldn't we celebrate the whole year round? Or we just have a day? Shouldn't we have a month or something? But it's nicer to have something than nothing. So, yeah. But it is a case of, I'm not... Can I shut you off? Sound. Settings. Audio settings. Speech volume. Go away. Confirm. Return to battle. Yay, now I no longer have to listen to you. My comment about it was in regards to your statement about expecting carrier-based aircraft to only be used against carrier-based aircraft and not land-based aircraft. It was a good comment. But you have some very weird arguments go through the Air Ministry at certain points in the run-up to, in the 1920s. Some very, very weird comments. And very, very weird beliefs, basically. And the Air Ministry is entirely responsible for these this decision-making sort of scenario. They are... I love them dearly, and I know where they're coming from. It isn't a place of being, you know, of hating the Navy or anything like that. It's love of their country. But the love of their country basically precludes several of them from admitting that they might not be 100% correct on what they're deciding on. I agree. Yeah, it's, you know, you have to have a day for visiting memorials and other things. So this is the kind of fighting which is basically just numbers orientated. I have a lot of troops. He has only his bodyguard. I'm not even sure why it's doing this as a time thing, because there is no option for him to come back. I thought it was rather naive of British planners to forget about the vast distance between landmass in Middle Atlantic, Indian and Pacific Oceans. It wasn't so much naive as how do I put this? In terms of the Atlantic, who was going to try British power in the Atlantic? There's no one. We can block up Germany in the North Sea again, like we did in World War One. So, of course, that's what you get the case from the Air Ministry when the Navy's asking for funding. And when you're talking about the Far East again, well, that's why we're investing in Singapore as a linchpin, and we'll surge to Singapore and then move up from there. So we'll build air bases and things as we go, so you'll have air support from aircraft. And you're going up the South China Sea, etc. The Mid-Pacific's not really considered because, honestly, the scenario where the British end up fighting in Mid-Pacific involves a war versus America, which has reached the point at which there is a land war taking place, and we've taken over most of the East Coast. And please note, I do not see this as a likely scenario, but the only scenario where we have a major fleet operations going on in the Pacific, in the Central Pacific, not as a sort of defense of Canada or defense of Australia, but something going on to go into the Mid-Pacific, we would be dealing with a scenario where we have taken off the east coast of the United States, moving inland, and we're using naval forces to generally push back their area of control, so that we basically end up trapping the Americans against the west coast. So they're stuck between the fleet on the west, the Royal Navy fleet on the west coast, and the advancing land forces on the east, coming from the east. And that's such an unlikely scenario that I can see why no one was really paying it attention in terms of funding or working out forces for it. The Indian Ocean, again, is an interesting scenario because the Indian Ocean is fundamentally a British lake. As long as we have control of Singapore and we have control of the Suez Canal, and South Africa and Australia, who's getting into the Indian Ocean without the Royal Navy's permission? Who's getting into there? So in some cases, those things actually argue and mitigate against it, but it's still not sensible. Yes, let's go to construction. We want that. We want a... try to turn it. I'll do. Bum, bum, bum. They're all nice things to have. Liam could do with actually some construction going on in it. What's it need? It needs a constructor at that, which is 3,200, and I've got 1,000 left, so I need to not worry about you, probably not worry about you, ignore you, and in return, build you, and maybe add in another couple of you. Always useful to have some of you wandering around. Not doing much up here, am I? Why is he still alive? I'm fairly sure I gave you orders to kill him. I have confirmed that order. Kill. So he has 5 units, he has 6, and he has 7. So that's not a good scenario to go fighting in. 200 troops. Well, let's see. 200 troops and 200 troops, and this one has 360. So you need more. You need a far larger naval force than you've got before you would really want to send you off to engage anyone. They're doing quite well. Quite well. So that's. I'd like you to be having more trade going on, but that'll do. Rome is doing quite well. There's trade going backwards and forwards. They're doing. Oh, they've got lots of road trade going on. That's good. How's this one doing for road trade? Oh, they're doing okay for road trade. You see, that road should be bringing me in money. It should be bringing me in money, but it isn't. And it mostly isn't, and I can put the fault down to these people being at war with me. So I will have to take them out. Hi, John. Yeah, as King's Rooks pointed out, I think I did agree as well earlier, but I'll say it again. There is a reason for having a day to go to memorials, etc., and those sort of things, and sort it out. But there's still part of me which goes, we could do more. We should be doing more. Hello, hello again to Kendall. Is everyone just saying afternoon to John? Oh, here you come. Oh, come on. This is the one thing I find annoying about this game. This one ship, there is an entire fleet sitting in here, and you're telling me this one ship, a single ship, manages to blockade the entire port without me doing something about it. How? That's the honest question. How? In the name of all things holy, is that the circumstance? It just seems absurd. It really does. Put 4 of them in there. Oh, that's just getting even more embarrassing for you guys, surely. At a certain point, this is just embarrassing for all of us involved, really. You all... I will leave you behind, and... I will leave you behind. And you behind. And I will fight this battle. Because I can. The remaster is... I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying the remaster. They have done a fairly decent job. I have to say I do find myself repeatedly turning off the generals. I think we miss out on his speech because I've turned off the advisor. Now, if I was them, I know where I would have positioned my troops. Basically, there's only one area which is actually remotely decent to position your troops once you get down to this level. Start looking around, you go, yeah, basically it's this rise over here. I would position my troops up there. But we will see. I, meanwhile, am going to organise a massive, absolutely massive cavalry wing, whose job is going to be to sweep. And then there's an infantry section, whose job it is going to be pretty much mean. And I'm going to put them over here. And you here because I have a feeling where the enemy are going to be. I know where I would be. Let's put it this way. I know where I would be. They, of course, are not there. They're in the absolute worst position they could be in for them. But hey-ho. This does help me out. So, as you can see, they have decided that what they will do is... Honestly, I have no idea what this mess is going to turn into. They've got a load of... They've got 4 units of infantry and 2 units of cavalry, including their captain who's in charge. Let's see if they can realise what the frick I'm doing. Oh no, missing out on the unnecessary smutty speech from the general. How sad. Let's be honest, the Carthaginian general speeches in this game are absolutely smut. They are pure smut and nothing more. Nothing less, but they are pure smut. Almost every single speech on the Carthaginians is, and tonight there will be women in camp! And you're sort of going, yep, okay, fine. This is what apparently motivates the Carthaginian forces. So they have moved all their infantry to concentrate on my cavalry. Which is lovely, but they do remember that my cavalry can do this quite dramatically. That these guys can do this. And that they are bucked up by them, go to there. Ungroup and go kill. There is a general over there who needs to die. This is a fairly common battle for me with the Numidians. I won't say they are not good troops. They are very brave and honourable troops. They tend to die very bravely, but they don't exactly bring forces which are designed to stick around in a fight. I do notice that King's Rook, of course, is probably the most distraught at missing out on that speech. Ugh, crub. Every single time. Build one of those there. They've got archers. Messina is an active settlement. Well, that's because at the moment I can't build anything there, so I'm not sure what you want me to do with them. They've got a large Roman army sitting opposite them, so I'm not getting rid of anyone from there. City's grown. Carthage has grown, so I need to put some investments there. I will happily put some investments there. Bommelkar has become a superior commander. That's good. And, yeah. All those lovely reports. Let's return. See what happens next. Oh, you've blocked Rome. Right then, I'm going to have to go deal that, aren't I? Because that's big financial income. Seven and 6. So there's like there's 13 there, and this one has 8. But they're all up to strength. So yeah, hopefully we should be able to deal with all those. What do I want you to do? You to go reinforce him, and you to go to there. Oh, I'm going to fight this battle at night because I want Bommelkar to become very good at night fighting. A lot of ads today. Okay, so I will say this. I have reached a level of followers where subscribers now don't have to see ads. I have reached that level of followers on Twitch, but it is interesting in that they are controlling the. I'm still at the position where they control the ads. They control the ads being put in, so it's very much there on them. What you see. Javelinmen, archers, Numidian cavalry. Am I the one who's not seeing any spearmen? Kill. How much will we have to try? I have no real idea. I know, so I've reached the level that subscribers don't. I think I have to get to a little over 1,000 followers for me to be able to control it for followers, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to say, I'm still very much learning Twitch. I find it very interesting. I'm enjoying learning it, but I'm still very much learning it. And that is something I'm enjoying developing the skill of, because as I said, I treat Twitch very much as something to learn. And something to develop a skill of, because YouTube is very good for me talking through and doing the whole presentations, but I've got so good at presentations. In terms of that's what the YouTube channel's about, and I've got so much in terms of the Sunday review session, you know, brew ships and what that is about. I like having the more informal sessions that you now get with Twitch, and it's, you know, it's still developing it, if that makes sense, and developing the skills that go with it. But yeah, I think it. I think for me to get more control of the ads in terms of their distribution, I need to pretty much get 1,000 followers, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm still reading the stuff up and trying to work out where all the figures lie. It's kind of like with YouTube, that I know that I get a lot more things once I get to 10,000, but I'm stuck at about 9,800 and something, and have been for seemingly forever. We'll get there. Yeah, we just have to redo this. No agents. Check. I've got inactive settlements. I've got an inactive spy, an inactive diplomat. Don't want to give you anything. They're just fighting me and you. Their trade partners are the Scipii. No wonder they're at war with me. And Egypt. Well, you're basically my intelligence asset. Oh, that was stupid. You've waited all this time to declare war on me, and I've got how many troops now there? And they've all responded with going, oh yes, he's in the middle of the ocean, let's go surround him. Because that worked really well last time. Alright, oh good lord, that's bright. Oh, they brought a second army. That's not helpful, but not unexpected. And do I want to have a go at fighting this myself, or do I want to leave this up to the computer? I got a solid cavalry arm. And And there, cavalry auxiliary, equites, cavalry auxiliary, equites, So my cavalry is about 6 units strong. Some long shield, all of which is light cavalry, so all equivalent to equites. I have some skirmishers. Hastii, 1 unit of Principes. They're going to be the heavy infantry I have to watch. The rest, I can, to an extent, dodge. Because I can outnumber them and outmuller them. So infantry-wise, I'm stronger. I've got more units overall. I've got some skirmishers that can hopefully keep away their skirmishers. Let's fight a battle. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Because we take out these armies, we take out their attempt on Sicily. Those do not look like the infantry I expect them to look like. So we have this kind of wall. So this is another reason to take them out. Because honestly, I do not want to be fighting a siege battle with this kind of wall. I've got nothing I can fire down on them from. I don't want my cavalry coming from that angle, so I prefer my cavalry coming from this angle. Oh, goody. They've left me a present, haven't they? Because let's be honest, that's what they've actually done. They've left me a present. Where's their general gone off and hidden? Oh, he's missile cavalry. It's even more fun. And they've charged off in this direction and not given themselves the high ground. What was even the point? They could have gone high ground in either of two directions, and they haven't gone for the high ground. Do they have war dogs? They do. They have war dogs. So, their basic plan is to use their cavalry and everything to try and outflank me up here. But they can't use their cavalry to really outflank my infantry until my cavalry's dealt with, and my cavalry has been allowed to get round into their rear. This is not a good position to be in, and that cavalry is going to be not winded very quickly. They've literally drawn Hastii off. Take care, King's Rook. Do you think they realised they were going to get defeated? If you, by the way, lesson for a future: if you're going to try and retreat quickly. Good luck, King's Rook. Hope you get some rest. Don't dangle around. These guys, that's what this general did. He dangled around and he put his troops in an impossible position. He retreated downhill. Take care, Spike. I have clearly won the battle. Well, yes, clearly won the battle is, you know, fairly standard on this one. Let's fight this battle. And go make sure these troops don't escape, shall we? Yeah. The next, going downhill to the next hill, fine, but do not retreat downhill into a dip and then let the enemy charge down at you. Again, we're avoiding the often constant conversation about camp women. Okay, we're just avoiding it. We just don't see the point in having it. Or rather in having to listen to it. Now I'm going to put the infantry up as high as I can, and the cavalry I'm going to put in the centre. In my standard now, I'm not sure how you got in here. Go to there, and that formation, please. Notice there's an entire army arrayed behind them. And they have still positioned themselves down a hill. Why would you do that? Why would you position yourself so that I am uphill from you? That's just not sensible. You have no cavalry. None at all. You have war dogs. You have Principes, Hastii, Principes, Velite Gladiators, who are light infantry, but they are spear-armed. And more Hastii. With bronze helmets. And archers, but it sounds like they have coughs. Okay, so oh, I will come down to you. I'm quite happy to come down to you. But I'm also not going to be nice to you at all in any way, shape or form by positioning my cavalry down there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Principes, they're in charge. We have heavy infantry. They put all their Principes on here to face off, and Hastii and archers over there. They've got their their elite infantry. But I'm fairly certain if I move these guys forward, just enough, ungroup them, I'm going to be slightly nasty to them. Right then. And ignore their Principes. And now get those cavalry moving in the right direction, so they're cutting through them. And as you can see, the Roman infantry are strong and solid, right up until they've got nasty things at their back. In which case, they tend to have a nasty case of, oh, we're collapsing. At this point, we are surrounded. I'm presuming enemy general dead. And this is what we call total collapse of the force. And any unit which looks like it might resist, we just keep killing. And unlike in history, because in nicest way, if these troops tried to fight their way through here, they'd have got killed. Their backs were not only to the sea, their backs were to a whole nother army. Which included war elephants. I should have probably used that army for the attack. Just so I could use the war elephants. So hopefully that has taught the Brutii a lesson. Probably won't. But you know, you can always hope. They've managed to save mostly their cavalry, but haven't saved much else. He's there. I'm going to need to fight along this war down here. So let's do that. Do that. If you guys are just going to run from me, I'm just going to do that. Ooh. That was fun. They're all just running from me. That's less than amusing, but it's doable. He's got enough troops in there, yes. Enough troops, yes. Never enough troops. But it's holding. Carry on. Hello, Jack Ray. How you doing? Okay, that was surprisingly silly of the Julii. They're usually far smarter with their navy than that, but, you know, life happens. We can only hope there was an army involved as well. Go to there and repair. I think having some extra troops would not hurt. And even would having some extra troops over there hurt? Even if they are town watch, they're extra troops. And the fact is that that town has some potential. They've sent their cavalry army back to lay siege again. That's just not... Okay, bro, learn your cavalry's not that strong. Well, it is when I'm leading it, considering what I've done with the Scipii cavalry, but we'll leave that to one side. They have. They've literally brought their cavalry back. Right then, so... Stay there. Let's bring in some extra troops, because it never hurts to have something nasty to call upon. I'll watch you. Sorry, sister being strange again in garden. Hey, caramba. Be back in 3 minutes maximum. She's moving a bench. Trying to hurt herself. Sorry. Apologies for that. I have a running theory about my sister, and it's a very simple theory. It's that what happens is if she has a cooking issue, a cooking disaster, because she is quite a good gardener, she tends to then react by deciding she's going to go on a gardening spree, because she's a good gardener, so it basically restores her confidence if she goes and does the gardening. However, I will add, I've also used the time to pick up these lovely tablets, which I've always known her as because I did try the pie at least. Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Right. That's sorted. And then you go back to here. And I'm going to need to repair you all, aren't I? Look, let's see if we can't repair you guys. So the infantry army is now in Messina, and the cavalry force is in Syracuse, ready to charge to Messina's aid if this cavalry force comes ashore. It makes sense. We'll accept the trade rights because that gives us some money. That's some more information on the YouTube stream. Yeah, well, I get less family watch these, so it's not me sort of giving so much detail about them. But no, I love her dearly. She's a good sis. I just really wish she wouldn't cook. Oh. She's getting. We haven't had as many hospitalizations as we used to have. Thank you, Guardsman14 for subscribing. Thank you. This one's going to be an interesting battle. Maintain the siege for the moment. Ah, you're there, aren't you? Yes, you are. And I need to restore you guys before I really want to start taking you out. But I think I'm going to do this. And take you guys into there to restore you. That gives me more of a chance. Yes, basically, I've only reached enough followers that I can disable ads for subscribers, not for everyone else. So, hopefully, Guardsman14 shouldn't be seeing any Twitch any ads. Hopefully, if it's I've pressed the right button and it's all worked out. Right, let's do this. No, that's for me. That's good, Garland. That's what I like to hear. Because that means it's working as it's supposed to. I need to, I think, reach roughly 1,000 followers before I can disable them for followers watching my ads, watching it as well. Or rather, I think what followers get is they get an ad when they join a video, but they don't get the ad during the video, if that makes sense. I don't want to hear your various speeches about your sexual conquest either. Drop. 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 Why in the name of all things holy would you stick sapping tunnels there? Why? So I see it as another one. No, no one's off there. You wouldn't do that. You to here. Right, the remaining Iberian infantry. I'm just going to suggest this all to you, but maybe running inside would be sensible. Uh, their archers are good. Enemy general dead. That's helpful. Basically, good rule of thumb if you're spearman is don't be outnumbered by cavalry 4-1. Are there any Numidians around here to be? Oh, yeah. Around here. So that's all the Numidian cavalry dealt with. No game sound. Wonder why there's no game sound for you. There should be desktop audio. I've refreshed the sound settings. Is that better? Can you hear the game sound? Oh, they actually worship the same one as me. That was silly. Are we still playing the Scipii? No, we are playing as Carthage. Because that's what I was challenged to do, to play as Carthage and see if I could win. And as Carthage, we now control Rome, because there was an opening, so I went for it. But now I have to work out what to do with Rome now I've got it. So I've conquered Rome. Always nice to have. That should be enough. Right, this one. We'll support them out, sort them out a bit. Oh, his cavalry's come out again. Oh, cute. He's got 10 units of cavalry, and I'm planning on taking... not 10 units of cavalry. No. They're neutral, of course. They're neutral. Why did you just leave there? That's just easier. I'll sort you guys out in a second. We are playing as Carthage, and you dared him into despair. Yes, you did. Low, but the music now works. That's good. The music is now working. I'm not sure why it wasn't working earlier, honestly. It should have been, he says. So, yeah. Here is a small thing. Never ever let me get this sized army behind you. The odds are it's not going to be good for you. It's just not. All warfare is based on deception. Depends what you classify as deception, right? I have turned off the general speeches, so frankly they were annoying me, and yeah. As such, they got turned off. Two lines of cavalry out here. You two buried in there. You all. Also buried in there. And I have reinforcements coming up behind you. This is not a good scenario for you to be in. What? Underwater? what circumstances do you think this is actually a good battle for you to be in? Doesn't. Like I said, I've been watching the Graf Zeppelin video, and I agree more with your first video in that there was nothing the Germans could have done in that. I believe Germany could have started with free extra stars. I think that's why they were good carry, but still not been able to turn tide due to the sportsmen. Extreme lack of escorts, fear of losing them would stop them being where they could have helped most, and the existence of Churchill wouldn't have paused CV. Well, yeah, it's just not a good scenario. Most of the scenarios where people have the Graf Zeppelin going on and being decisive is where the British take no notice of it and do nothing different. And just fall into trap after trap after trap. And okay, yes, the British are not omniscient and the British are not superstars, so they will fall into some traps and some measure of things. But they're not, soon they won't change at all. Because of the existence and the radical change of these units is pushing it too far. So, you gentlemen, march forward to there. You, come towards them. You are going to come to here. Iberian infantry, you are, as ever, disturbingly good at doing this whole killing random people thing. I sent half my army off to hunt down your general. So that was over. I have Rome. It's just, I need to actually start securing the area around Rome if I'm going to hold on to it for much longer. Because basically, at certain points, the Julii, Scipii, and Brudii are actually going to ally. Theoretically. At some point. At some point, it would be sensible for them to actually ally. Being sensible for them to do, and them actually doing it, as I've often explained in this game, are very, very different things. It is very, very different things for them to do what is sensible and to do actually what they should do. But you know, life happens. Trade is going well. We have plenty of trade flowing around and money coming in thanks to that trade. We have a large amount of troops there. We have a navy being rebuilt here, and I'm going to have to spend some money on that navy. I'm going to have to build a second fleet to go around to this area and deal with people like him, who are annoying me. I presume this means I can build stuff on all these. I would like to build stuff on them, but I need to invest money in troops at the moment to fight the wars I'm fighting. Yeah, you must be talking twaddle. Complete and utter twaddle. No, not for map information, for map information. This might give us an idea of why they think they can do that. Is Hannibal in this game? I think I lost him. I think he died. I think he's one of the generals who died defending Rome. I did have him at some point. I have managed to take Rome. It's just Scipio Africanus' pals keep fighting me. It's quite annoying, you know, really. Oh, good lord. Add in a second general over there. Which one's a better one? You're a 4-star, you can go there. Oh yeah. You go reinforce him. That's a fairly decent army sitting in there. That's a fairly decent force all together. Need some more ships to reinforce that one. We need some more construction to reinforce that one. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Not much fun is going on this week. I have to admit, it's mostly been a rebuilding and retraining. We've taken Cirta, which is not enough. We've taken Caralis, which is not enough. But the thing is, we've managed to strengthen our economy dramatically, which is going to be critical for doing what comes next. And what comes next is going to be some nasty, nasty fighting to probably take... Probably Capua. That's probably where I'm going to go for, because if I can take Capua, then I've got a good position to reinforce Rome from, and vice versa. Yeah, Hannibal died defending Rome, I'm fairly sure, in previous installment. It comes out tomorrow. But Hannibal died defending Rome. And I'm now working out, I've got Rome, what do I do with it? You say inactive fleet, I say I'm just about to be declared war on by the Brutians. Yeah. The thing is, this is very nearly to not being fair, okay? Because I get him, them, all those troops. I put them in here. Now, I'm sure he's got good troops. But I know I've got 1,300 troops outside, I've got roughly 500 to his 500. Okay. I don't want to fight this battle though like that, do I? I want to draw from this battle. And I want to reinforce this battle. So I do. Let's first of all check if there's any extra cavalry units I can add in, which would be useful. No. So now I've got those troops as extra. And I don't want to just have those troops as extra, I want to be able to take in what I can use. So, some mercenary cutlass. Yeah. Some of them. Pretty good troops to take along. Now we sit there and look at the stats. And the stats aren't as good now, are they? Because whilst they are prepared to fight to the death, and I'm sure they will do, and they have a 3-star versus a 0-star, but I can soon command him, which will change that scenario. He's got 500 reinforcements, I've got 700 reinforcements and 600 reinforcements. So both my reinforcing armies are individually larger than his reinforcing army. His reinforcing army is a cavalry-based army. Well, underneath this general, I have a cavalry-based army, which can probably whip that cavalry-based army twice over. I also have an infantry-based army, just in case I need it. And then his troops himself, he's got an infantry base and infantry mixed cavalry force. He's got some cavalry there, but he's also got some heavy infantry. Okay. So what should I do? I could fight the battle now. Or I could fight the battle after I've had some chance to maybe do something nasty and take out these guys with this cavalry formation. Because if I can take out them with the cavalry and then withdraw, well, I could win an interesting battle. And that's if the reinforcements actually show up. Remember, it's fighting at night, and they don't always like to show up at night. Now again, they have decided to let me occupy the high ground. Look, I'm not gonna say this too much, but I seriously think whoever keeps letting me have the high ground should go back to some sort of training camp for soldiery and go, you know what, maybe I need to relearn these things. Don't give Alex the high ground. Now, as you can see, there is technically higher ground, but this is actually quite a good position, and this allows me to hold it. Enemy reinforcements have arrived. But I don't fancy hanging around and waiting for them to have their fun. I fancy taking her out of this army as quickly as physically possible. Now, those of you who know me from my start of game normally, will know I will also be trying to do a decapitation strike on pretty much every general I can. Because that's how I roll in this game. Try and kill as many generals as physically possible and just keep killing them. So, yes, I have noted that the general for the army I'm currently fighting is here, and the general for the army that's there, the special Brutiai general, the important one, is over here. They're going to try and pin me against this wall, which is just terribly, terribly impolite of them. gun is gonna play off. You got 2 ads that really don't belong together. If at least one of them was for Iron Brood, then I'm happy. Dang, yeah, General dead. Oh well, that's annoying. But in Mike's now. Ooh. Well, that ain't too bad. We all made it back to that. How did a... Yeah, this logarithm is fun sometimes. It is really fun. Let's see. Is there a construction going on? Sure, there is. We got there. We got there. And let's go see what we can do. Taco Bell and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Taco Bell hasn't really sort of got to the level of popularity in the UK yet, in my experience. Yeah, it's kind of like Chick-fil-A. We don't really get it over here. Sorry, I thought I just dropped a knick-knack on the floor. I could have dropped a knick-knack on the floor, but I can't see it. Tacos are nice though. Mm-hmm. There are lots of specialty restaurants out there which only do one thing. So I have light infantry, I have not enough cavalry to offset their heavy infantry advantage, but I do have a lot of skirmishers. And I have the advantage of the fact that they've already given me the high ground. Because they've retreated down the fricking hill. Yeah, I know there's cavalry coming from there, but they've got to race along here and take casualties. So yeah, this is. We're out of battle cruisers, but I would like battle cruisers in this one. Battle cruisers would allow me to win this one. This is Rome. That's more annoying. An ironclad armored cruiser would be able to take anything. To be honest, HMS Warrior would have taken it all out. Oh, frigate. Oh, I'm gonna have to do major work in here, aren't I? Decent general. Thank you, faction leader. You. And some of your elite cavalry. And some of your less elite but still pretty functional infantry. 2 here. There you go. Right then. So, how are we going to restructure this? Well, we're going to have to retake what we just lost, aren't we? Oh, I was hoping for stabilization and advancement today, and I've had stabilization and now loss, and I've got to retake what I've just lost. Probably before it's over. Oh, thank you. Where have you guys gone running off to? I don't trust it when they disappear like that. I don't like it. I don't trust it. It's not nice. That's it. Go take him out. No army, but that one's gotta go. Kill him. If you notice I'm not fighting naval battles, that's because you can't fight naval battles, and that's annoying me. That is the one thing that used to annoy me about this game, was you couldn't fight a command at naval battles. The only thing that Burn could outclass CV-wise was the Comaturn. Not sure which one that's more of an insult to, really. You have to remember that it's like I'm doing a sort of thing about the Soviet fleet at the moment. I'm doing a video on it, and it's basically along lines of, well, what happens if Stalin gets his planned fleet? Well, that basically depends on which of his planned fleets he gets. because if he gets some of his planned fleets, it depends when he gets them. It's kind of an interesting thing. If he got his planned fleets that he was hoping to build in the 1930s, then you have a very different World War II. Because the Soviet Union rearming like that is going to be easy justification for the Japanese to rearm. It's going to be easy justification for everyone else to grow their forces, and as such, you're probably going to find a scenario where it's everyone's already massively rearmed. And if everyone's already massively rearmed before World War II, then the German build-up just looks immature in comparison. If the Soviet build-up is until after World War II, then it's the sort of 1950s one, then you get a very different program of construction post-World War II. You probably get a new generation of post-World War II battleships. Yes, the enemy general has died. Attack France, so it wasn't need to be humbled. Was the enemy general a dog? The enemy general's Hastii technically, but the dogs were probably the most effective fighting unit. It's so tempting to just see this. But he's a 7-star general. They're saying the balance of forces are evenly matched. He's in there going, he has more troops, he has reinforcements. Let's see. There are now theoretically no more troops that could be viable to be got. And then after this I have to do something up here to sort out this mess. That's what, 8 turns? Yeah, I've got plenty of time. I could go and take Capua in the time it takes me to then reinforce that. I might actually do that. Let's fight this battle and see if I can win against this general this time. Carthaginian forces. We will fight. I know your generals tend to promise you lots of lovely camp followers. That's not my style. There'll be chocolate. Go fight. I think I'm going to get reinforcement from that direction. So that is where I'm going to position myself. Once again, my forces are positioned up here. There is a general. Killing him's gonna matter in this game. Do I have any reinforcements? No, my reinforcements haven't arrived. Let's see. Oh, they are. Oh, what do you know? My reinforcements are literally here behind my line. So if I start losing troops, I get reinforcements right here. That's helpful. Hastii, Principes. Archers. Yeah, this is a fairly solid center. Cavalry auxiliary, missile cavalry. Minimal maximum light auxiliary, cavalry auxiliary. War dogs. Equites down there, and cavalry auxiliary, heavy cavalry. So. Really, I want my cavalry in this formation to come from up here, don't I? And hit through this formation. I know there's the Principes here and these are Hastii, but hit. That's going to give them security and think they can hold it. Go through the archers and go straight for the general and kill the general. Let's see what he does if I start maneuvering. I fancy getting the shrine to my back. I don't know about you, but I fancy the shrine being to my back. You're not sure what to do now? Thank you. Come on, kill the general. Kill the general. Kill the general. Yep. Enemy general is routing and dead. That's good. Right then. Fiddles are not an effective fire suppressant. True. Very true. afternoon. So, plan is, in the next video, to go up and reinforce Rome, take Capua, and then try and start rocking it up the things. Because if I can't remember correctly, where's the victory conditions? I have 487 turns to get 41 more regions under control. So yeah, I need to do a lot of work. A lot of work. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry to be a bit quiet at the end. Sorry about the interruption in the middle, thanks to reworking the garden. And see you all in a bit. We've got random books of history tonight on brew ships, which includes this one by Peter Hall, The Habit of Victory, which is a good one considering I'm recording a lot of videos tomorrow, including the glorious 1st of June. And what else have we got on later in terms of books? We have got Task Force 58. This one. And... ooh. Where have I put the others? I have got the other four sitting together somewhere. I will find them. I will find them. But I do have a list of 6 books. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And brew ships will be on later. You need to go decorate a cemetery for Memorial Day. Good luck. Let's save this. So it's saved. Rome, Twitch, 2. Twitch. Carthage needs to do something with Rome. Take care. Thank you. Thank you, Blue Overs. Thank you, Ken Doyle. Thank you, Jonathan Moon. Thank you, George Newen. Thank you, Gosman14. And thank you, Jack Ray. Thank you... well, thank you, everyone, for hopping along and being here. It's been nice chatting with you. And thank you, Malaga. Thank you... I think we had King's Rook. And... I think we had Spike as well. Steve on here. And Dr. Trifonius as well earlier. Thank you very much, everyone, for being on here. And hope you enjoyed. Thank you.